My son was born in 2004, and it was then that I realized what an enormous difference it makes if you want to combine work and family. I realized there are many shortcomings, especially in Bavaria. For example, I didn't get a nursery place, and my daycare arrangement didn't work out. I was really facing a dilemma. And then I thought we really must change something in Germany, and now is the time to do it. And that's why I decided to go into family politics, because I have a lot to say.
The former business consultant is entering the fray again and joining the election campaign to lobby for greater compatibility between family life and career. But she can only do it because she has the support of her husband, a freelance business consultant. Campaigning in Bavaria often means speaking to people in beer tents. Miriam Gruss barely knew anyone during the last election period, but much has changed since then. The FDP has been part of a coalition government in Bavaria for a year now, and Miriam Gruss is the party's new general secretary in the state. It's hoped that the young mother will represent a new social FDP. She knows her turf and takes some of the more tactile greetings in her stride. In the FDP's parliamentary party group in Berlin, Miriam Gruss is one of the new kids on the block, and one of the few women. The FDP has the least female deputies in the Bundestag. But Miriam Gruss says this is not because women in the FDP have fewer opportunities to rise through the ranks.
These days, it's not so much the gender that's important, but the qualities and talents of a person. Can I convince people of my views? How authoritative am I? How authentic? And that's not specific to gender.
With young women like Gruss, the FDP aims to show that the party platform goes further than economic and financial policies. And this is how the young mother was able to climb the career ladder. Today, she's the parliamentary group spokesperson for child and youth policy and represents the party in the Bundestag's Family Affairs Committee. The most prominent figure in the Bundestag is a prime example of what women can achieve.
Merkel is a role model because she's the first woman to be Chancellor, and that's a highly notable achievement in the history of our country. And I think she's doing a great job. She comes across as very calm and plausible and maintains her principles. And I think that's well received in Germany and the world.
Right from the start, the young representative sought advice from more experienced colleagues in the parliamentary group. She says it's a job one has to learn from scratch. Gruss devotes everything to her dream career.
I worked on a voluntary basis for 10 years. I also ran for the Bundestag on a voluntary basis. I invested a great deal of time, commitment and money. And then when the news came through from one moment to the next that I was in, it really was a dream come true.
Re-election in her Bavarian constituency is the next in a string of goals for Gruss, whose dreams are far from fulfilled. Her party colleagues are sure that as far as a career in politics is concerned, she's just getting started.
I've known Miriam Gruss for quite a long time, and I told her she'll be Chancellor one day. We'll have to wait a while for that, but in the short term, I hope she'll at least get a post as Deputy Minister. She's got what it takes.
She's already achieved a lot. She's a very consistent person. She not only represents her region, but also has a strong political profile.
There'll be a CDU-FDP coalition on September 27th. I could really see Miriam Gruss getting a job as a deputy minister, perhaps eventually becoming family minister.
The woman from Bavaria has much she still wants to achieve in Berlin. She's ready to assume more responsibility, even if that means she has less time for her family, even if trips to the fairground become Dad's job.
As far as politics for the future go, of course, I think of my family, of my son, and what kind of world will be left behind for the next generation. And of course, it's sometimes difficult to get through the day's work without being able to phone home and speak to the family. When I'm sitting with my son at the playground, watching him play or going on the swings with him, then I feel anchored, and I know that politics isn't everything.
Miriam Gruss and her husband share the family duties. It's the only way the politician can maintain her balancing act between politics and home life. She'd like to see more women able to structure their working lives this way, and will continue to campaign for this kind of flexibility even after the election campaign is over.